Some of these little engines, in particular this one that has a brass cylinder and a brass piston, recommend a dry lubricant. The piece of paper that came with this engine recommends a 3000 mesh graphite powder. When you go and try to purchase 3000 mesh graphite, you won't find it because it does not exist. Mesh size is determined by screen wire, and that size is the number of openings per inch of screen. So you take a piece that's 1 inch long, you count how many openings are in that screen, that's your mesh size. And as the mesh size gets smaller, so does the wire. And eventually you get so small, and the wires are so close together, nothing can get through it. So once you get to 400 mesh, there is nothing smaller than that in a mesh size. You can't make it that small. Everything after that is referred to as micron. And a micron is one millionth of a meter, or 400 thousandths of an inch. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10 thousandths, 100 thousandths. 4 100 thousandths of an inch. A human hair is approximately 75 microns. The molybdenum disulfide that I use on this engine is 1.5 micron, which would be technically 8,000 mesh. The manufacturer recommended 3,000 mesh graphite. Molybdenum disulfide is more slippery than graphite, and it is certainly smaller than what was recommended. When you go to try and find 3,000 mesh graphite, you're not going to find it. You find a lot of 44 micron. 44 micron, maybe people think the 3,000 is a typo, but it's not, and I've seen mention where people are buying this to use in their engine. This is 10 times larger than what's recommended. It's much too large. So if you're having problems with your engine running and you're using this, that may be the reason why. And hopefully you haven't screwed up your engine. What you will find, if you look a little further, is 5 micron. 5 micron is about 2,500 mesh. If you want to use graphite, that's the one I'd buy. And you're somewhat at the mercy of the person selling it, because some of these labels you can't really read. They're not marked very well. It's being sold as 5 micron, and you're hoping that's what it is when you buy it. I have also seen mention of using laser printer or photocopier toner. The problem is toner is a mixture of granulated plastic and carbon. Putting little tiny pieces of plastic inside your very hot engine is probably not going to work very well. So I would not recommend that. If you want to use graphite, get to 5 micron. And I haven't seen anybody delivering this here in the States. You got to wait for it to show up from Hong Kong or somewhere else in China. You can buy molybdenum disulfide, and it is 1.5 micron. And so far that's worked very well for me, especially if I preheat the engine.